Welcome back. As part of the pavement transportation plan, Stevens Drive was identified as a road that needed to be rebuilt. You may recall that crews began rebuilding Stevens last year, but only completed the northbound side of the roadway. Beginning in June, Inland Asphalt began work on the south side of the Stevens Drive overlay project. The contractor will shift both lanes of traffic over to the northbound lanes to allow for excavation on the southbound side. The lane shift will remain in place until the end of July, and no parking signs will be posted along the project.
City staff has phased the work along Stevens over 2 separate years to facilitate the installation of new circuits to the power substation and removal of the old circuits. Last year's project installed a new vault and conduit system on the northbound side of the roadway. Over the last year, Energy Service crews have installed the new circuit system and demolished the old vaults on the southbound side, which were in the roadway.
Last year we reconstructed from Woodbury up to Catskill in the northbound side, and then this year we're going to reconstruct the same section of roadway between Woodbury and Catskill just on the southbound side, which means that we're going to take out all of the existing asphalt and rock that's underneath of the asphalt and replacing it. So first thing that people see is there'll be a planing machine that'll come in and it'll strip all the asphalt and some of the rock off. And they'll be hauling that material over to a site that we've established for them on Chief Joe Middle School. There's an area there that we've set aside for them to stockpile that material. So that'll be the first thing that'll happen. After that, the contractor will come in and they'll excavate down to the subgrade for the new roadway. And then they'll bring in some of that stockpiled planing material, because we like to recycle that material, and they'll place that back in the trench that they've dug down for the roadway. And then they'll basically build the roadway back up from there. Final thing obviously would be paving. There's a little bit of concrete work that's going to take place as well at McMurray intersection. There's several of the ramps that aren't currently ADA compliant, so they're going to replace those. And then they'll do the paving and striping. We hope to be done in about a month and a half. So what the contractor will end up doing is they'll restrict parking along Stevens between Woodbury and Catskill, and the traffic will be shifted over into the area that we had reconstructed last year. And so motorists are just encouraged to avoid the area if possible. And then as far as the residences, they'll have to park within their driveways or one block either side of the work area. Well, we're hoping to maintain traffic 1 lane in each direction with it shifted over onto the segment that we completed last year. However, there may be a time or two where we'll have to shut McMurray and Stevens Drive intersection down, and so there'll be detour routes around that area, typically 1 block either side of it, detouring around the work area.
Another exciting road project kicks off this month, and it's an application the city has never used before. It's called Slurry Seal, and it's a cost-effective preventative maintenance application that extends the life of existing asphalt. Slurry seals are significantly less expensive than typical asphalt overlays and are one of several treatments the city will be using to preserve our roadways. Beginning in mid to late July, the city will use slurry seals in the South Richland neighborhoods of Willowbrook, Steptoe, and Hills West. Next year, the city plans to use the slurry seals in central Richland areas.
Well, that's a tongue twister, isn't it?
Oh, barely got through it.
Yeah, you did good.